This is a very important subject. We talk about remote therapy for a sustainable world where when aromatherapy becomes a solution to the current medical system. And I know it sounds completely crazy, but yes, remote therapy and especially aromatherapy uh, can be a solution to the current medical system. And 20 years ago, no one would have thought about it. And today, our healthcare system is so much under pressure and failing that it's becoming impossible to physically reach a professional nearby. And it's not only to be able to connect with them from anywhere, but also to benefit from something very real today. It is remote healing. It's a concept too little known to be properly considered or understood. Uh, but it's a very important topic, and today we need a complete change of paradigm in the way we do everything, the way we do healthcare, and the way we take care of our planet. So let's put that together. So I'm speaking to you on this topic because as a therapist, I've seen and heard many things. I won't list here all the stories I've witnessed from women who reach out to me from all over the world, regardless of where I am and where they are. We were able to talk and act in time to resolve their issues, which they wouldn't have been able to do without me. And that's a very frightening situation. Um, so today I'm glad I started to do only distance healing 10 years ago uh, because now I know it works. I have 10 years behind me, and especially because of women. To give you an example with women, a woman needs constant reassurance about her physical and hormonal state first. And of course, she needs to access easy and quick ways to know and understand her health. With us women, we know with all the hormonal changes we are going through all our life and all the little infections, we might experience, and we don't always have someone handy to confirm if it's dangerous, not dangerous, a concern or not a concern. So it's very important to have access to someone or to be able to identify it by ourselves. And the current medical system is facing some challenges. Lack of staff and increasing demand is just the most obvious example. To me, there is also a need for alternative solutions to meet the health needs of the population, especially women, again, at least to limit the polluting impact of pharmaceutical products that most of the time are given because there is nothing else available. Okay. So a lack of staff, increased demand, increased chronic diseases. Of course, the more we are giving polluting and toxic substances such as medicines all the time, uh, it can only increase chronic diseases because it doesn't heal anything. It just adds more toxicity. And it is the case with nosocomial diseases and the increased infection by multi-resistance bacteria. Here I have a little map of medical desert in the States. Nearly 1.8.4 million people live in counties with at least 4 of the 6 type of healthcare, accounting for over 37% of the US. Nearly 82% of counties have at least one healthcare desert, which with nearly 60% of those counties having more than one type of healthcare desert. So the darker, the less doctors access to pharmacies, hospitals, trauma centers, and low-cost health centers. So yeah, where you see dark spaces, dark spots, there is nothing, okay? Scary. Not only is this situation undesirable in the long term for patients who find themselves condemned to suffer from disease that could be better prevented, which turns them into long-term consumers of medication. This situation also has an impact on the general level of pollution in our environment, from the water that collects traces of medication excreted by patients, through the flora and fauna that consume this water, to the impact of this consumption by us, humans, dangerously exposed today by microbial resistance, the one that will soon kill more than cancer, according to UN projections. Okay? So when we are in a desert, the care arrives too late. It's unequal access to care, of course. Economic impact because people cannot go to work and have to travel a long time and long distances to finally have access to someone. And most of the time it's too late and they get sick. And so it's a need for more complex and costly services, because instead of addressing the situation soon enough, they have access to someone too late, and so they need more care, if we can call it care, and certainly more medication in the same time. And it makes them travel long distance, which is more toxicity and impact on the environment. So, about essential oils. Why using essential oils for distance healing? Now, the topic here, it is distance healing with essential oils to help with this situation of medical desert. Where did it come from? To make a long story short, I've spent 10 years in Hong Kong mixed up with incredible healers. And I thought I knew everything with my degree in holistic aromatherapy and my second degree in Reiki and my use of kinesiology. And I was very happy seeing clients in a holistic clinic until I had a chance to have a few classes with UN method. That was it. Very quickly, I used this method to know all about my clients in a few minutes. Along the years, little by little, I stopped seeing people in clinic. Back in the States, I started to have clients from all over the world, and 3 years ago, I started teaching my approach in French to very enthusiastic new students. And 2 years ago, I received my Ph.D. in quantum healing thanks to my distance healing method. I'm not sure the jury understood everything, but they just knew I had something new there, and they were very, very progressive and very open. So thanks to them, I'm there today. So this something there and very open people led me to sustainability. Why, as an aromatherapist, did I start talking about sustainability? It's because I was awakened to this topic after being asked to give a conference recently in Nashville. And the subject opened my eyes to the alarming shortcoming of our current healthcare system. And to give myself a better chance of being able to make a difference, I recently joined a year-long sustainability course at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And obviously, my teachers think that there is also something there, because one of them says that this has a broad scope and holds something significant, a potential to address sustainability challenges today. So here I am now, completely immersed among impressive fellow students and even more impressive professors, working on ways to reduce our carbon footprint. And today, however, the deteriorating state of our healthcare system leaves a carbon footprint that will be difficult to reduce unless we find fairly radical solutions. What I'm going to talk to you about today may seem unconventional, but it is one of these solutions, and it is a paradigm shift. So before I explain distance healing with essential oils, you are perhaps aware that we are entering a realm that involves the invisible yet very real, quantum healing. It is a concept that explores the intersection of quantum physics and healing practices, suggesting that consciousness and energy fields can influence health. And several authors have contributed to this field through their publications. And here are some books I've read, worked on, and recommend to help you better understand the scientific and spiritual foundation of the approach I will be discussing today. Um, all of them are hyper well known and read and all over the world, so not difficult to find. Now, let's dive into the quantum field. So, none of these books discuss aromatherapy, let alone distance healing. So, before explaining how subtle works, the method I've put together, I would like to introduce the concept of quantum distance healing. This is something many people practice, but not necessarily with essential oils. There is a lot to explain, but to simplify, here are scientific explanations that have been published for a long time and are widely accessible to those who are interested. First, the quantum field. It is composed of particles and waves that vibrate at various frequencies. Okay. And transmission of these waves are instantaneous and without any loss of intensity. And in the quantum world, neither time or distance exist, and this is what makes it possible. Okay. And when two particles are connected, they behave as one and can influence each other even at great distances, which is also makes it possible. And protons and photons in our body play an essential role in cellular process. It is all very already researched. And regarding quantum field and healing, the quantum field impacts our health, particularly neuronal process and DNA. And the healer's energy frequency, of course, is important in here because the healer's energy frequency can influence the activity of our bodies at the quantum level. So you certainly know that essential oils are not merely chemical compounds. They are the concentrated life force and vibrational essence of the plant. And each drop carries the plant's wisdom, encoded through its aromatic molecules and energetic blueprint. So when we work with essential oils, we engage in a dialogue between our soul and the plant soul. So the soul of the plant embodied in its essential oil holds a unique frequency aligned with the plant's purpose, which is either healing or protection or balance or transformation. And by introducing this essence into our energy field, we invite the plant's soul to communicate with ours. And it is huge. It is all about healing starting in our soul. Okay. So it is all about vibration, and this resonance facilitates not only physical healing, but also emotional and spiritual well-being, which demonstrates the holistic power of essential oil in quantum healing. In the concept of quantum healing, a quantum intervention transcends the traditional constraints of time and space. This principle is rooted in the quantum field, where all possibilities exist simultaneously, and everything is interconnected beyond the limit of physical dimensions, which explains why we can apply that to any distance healing. Okay. So going back to the medical desert, the situation here is not very encouraging. And although I've been working for years to raise awareness about this issue, no one seems eager to discuss it or explore ways to address it. I don't know why. And yet, solutions do exist, and that's what I want to talk about today. So these solutions go beyond simply training more doctors and paying them better to work in undeserved area. It's about taking things to a step further. And in this situation, what I've put together makes a huge difference. It's called Subtil, and it is a therapeutic approach that is the expression of the fusion between Eastern wisdom, quantum physics, and vibrations of essential oils. It combines quantum investigation and correction tools with the energetic use of essential oils, and it transcends the time and space. There is no more limits. Once again, this is not a part of a regular aromatherapy class, and not all aromatherapists are healers. I know that. However, they could because they have a brain. And the brain acts as a computer with microtubules, structures, neurons, and it vibrates at quantum level and influences thoughts and behaviors. And the ancients knew about it, of course, and chronic disease is so much in need today of answers. And I think that when you talk about energetic frequencies, you know that it can restore balance, reduce pain, improve well-being. And in low frequency states, energetic imbalances can lead to chronic illnesses, which distance healing can help alleviate because it's just a matter of raising the vibrations. And during the subtle training year, the students learn to do everything, utilize the frequencies of essential oils, act on energetic bodies, address the source of disharmony, free themselves from limiting beliefs and inherited perceptions. They master the manipulation of essential oils frequencies at will. If you have questions about it later, I'll tell you how it works and I'll show you how it works. And it allows you to relieve pain, induce alpha wave emissions at demand. For some who don't know what it is about, I'll tell you. Stimulate cellular regeneration, or just simply feeling happier. I still remember how long it used to take me to put together a protocol for my clients, and not only is it much quicker today, but also a lot more accurate and less risky. Because with this approach, we can identify a patient's energetic weakness in no time at all. And it is very reliable and highly effective. And the more you practice, the more you get it, and the faster it becomes, and the more indispensable it feels. Okay? Correcting energetic weaknesses only takes a few seconds. And using essential oils, it's even better because you can inhale them even remotely, apply them remotely also, and it can be done for any living being. And this approach is deeply rooted in principles of Chinese medicine, but integrates seamlessly with any other more conventional therapies, such as naturopathy, clinical aromatherapy, or Chinese medicine. And whether it's for yourself, your friends, your patients, the principle remains the same. The teaching differs. However, in all classes, the therapeutic approach can be applied. So it is usable absolutely every day. There is no side effect whatsoever, no need to travel. The results are tangible and can be easily measured by both practitioners and patients. It is less stress. Act anytime and from anywhere for those in need. There is no limit, no time difference, no distance. You can work on yourself daily to reduce stress in just moments. You can support immunity, boost energy and physical resilience, release trauma-induced blockages, and live a better life. In terms of sustainability, reducing travel decreases the carbon footprint. Acting remotely enables more frequent interventions when needed, and it prevents progression to severe illnesses. It limits the use of physical resources such as supplies and medical consumables, which can be potentially polluting. And the distance olfactotherapy allows for active prevention and reduces the physical consumptions of essential oils. The key word here is prevention, true prevention, the kind that acts upstream of detection, because detection means identifying that one is already sick, often too late. The examples are many, but here are a few. For instance, in the common system, when they find something wrong with your liver, it means that your liver is already 90% toxic. And go do something at this point. It is much more complicated. Cervical smears. Abnormal cells have often been present for a long time before they show up in tests. Mammogram, common. Waiting for mammogram to do something, there is so much to do to stop the development of nodules in breast and eliminate their emotional cause. Bacterial and viral infections that can be identified and rectified before symptoms appear. And, it is so important to teach patients to act. And it's just about, you cannot just limit that to washing your hands and staying away from the others. Patients can learn to use measurement and can easily track the progress of their healing. The use of medication and antibiotics can be limited to truly indispensable cases. And so this way, what ends up in the water and nature can be reduced. And this is huge. The presence of toxic particles that sustain microbial resistance decreases. I remind you that bacterial resistance is going to be killing more than cancer by 2050. Okay. Subtil doesn't just teach a distance healing approach. We are entering a new era of aromatherapy. And aromatherapy helps prevent illnesses before they manifest physically. So it is so important to have this way of action. It also enables targeting action to facilitate healing by helping the body function better. And this is so important also. There is a certification program designed for professionals that combines clinical quantum approaches to provide a coherent response to the most common needs for general prevention, for infections, for wound healing, and for relief from emotional and physical suffering and trauma, of course. We need a paradigm shift. And this is what our MIT teacher was saying the other day. He said that if we want to really do something positive to reduce our carbon blueprint, we need this shift. And all paradigm shifts are stressful because they force us to accept the change and go towards something that we never did before. So to me, the future of healthcare exists, and you could perfectly be part of it. It's just a matter of giving it a chance. This is what I wanted to say today. I hope you have questions.